All right, here we go. Sean Wayman with RB Bass, Sean Wayman Fishing. And today we're going to talk about some new baits. One of them may not be that new, but it's been kept pretty quiet. And even if you did hear about it, you couldn't get them. And that's the Deps Cover Scat. I think about 2-3 weeks ago, they had a big drop. Places all around the country started advertising the cover scats were in stock. A lot of them are gone. A lot of them are out. I know I did look on Tackle Warehouse. They have a few colors left and a few sizes. Not a lot. To me, the 3.5 inch size is the ideal size. Before I got the cover scats, I had found the Fish Arrow Heavy Poop. That's right, Heavy Poop. There's a YouTube video about the name. It's pretty interesting if you're interested in watching it. But anyway, it does look like, they both look like a small turd, to be honest. They're really kind of a do-nothing bait. And they are both heavy. Slightly different shape. And the Fish Arrow smells like plastic. It is a little narrower in the body here, but it has a pretty distinct shape of a crawdad claws put together, which is what they do when they scurry away, right? The claws go together. The Deps, on the other hand, is scented. Kind of smells like dirty socks. You will see here, it's pretty much just a shaped piece of rubber, plastic. It has a good hook slot there in the bottom. The Fish Arrow, there's a small slit right there. Honestly, it doesn't go in very deep, but the plastic where the hook point comes through isn't as thick. I haven't fished the Fish Arrow yet. They feel pretty similar in weight. Lots of salt in these. The Deps has a nice hook slot here. You come in through here, out here, then into your hook slit there. They recommend a 3/0 light wire. And then your hook point kind of comes out right up against the back of that little nubbin there, so it can cover it up. The only thing it really has is these little raised lines there. And they say that's to, as it falls, to keep it in line. What I found when throwing this and watching it sink is it more rocked to and fro, back and forth like this. But it falls straight, falls pretty quick. I would assume this is going to fall a little different just because the claws create a big pocket there, and as it falls, that should catch water and maybe push it that way. We'll have to see. Tentatively going fishing Thursday, and I will give these a try. These are not going to be the revelation of the Senko, at least in my opinion. But they are very, very good baits to have. You fish them weightless. The baits are plenty heavy, close to a 1/2 ounce in the 3.5 inch size. They cast like a bullet. It's like casting a spook. I mean, the wind does not hinder these whatsoever. They just fly like a rocket. the beauty of them, they don't snag. I can think of several places on Clear Lake that fish love jigs, but it's really, really snaggy, big, sharp chunk rock. The other places around docks, throwing way back in the Tules, man, I mean, you can throw these things way back in there and you're not going to snag. I've tested the cover scat. I've tried to get it snagged under normal fishing conditions, okay? Not lifting a rock, putting it. Under normal fishing conditions, I've thrown it in some brutally rocky stuff, trees, all of it. It comes through it really, really well. So I think what these baits do offer is a way to fish some things that maybe before we didn't have many options. A Senko still tends to get snagged on tree branches, on tules, even if you Texas rig it. I mean, you pull it by a tule, the tule hits the right spot and exposes the hook, and the next thing you know, you're snagged. The other thing is the cover scat. Like I said, I haven't fished the heavy poop. I really kind of like the look of the heavy poop better. I just think it looks more like something. But the cover scat also, I mean, they both look like a scurrying crawdad. The detail's just in a different place on each one. So they are hard to get. I probably have, I don't know, enough that's going to last me for a while. I won't need any. The fish arrows right now, I haven't seen anywhere they're available. Tackle Warehouse shows them on their website, says no back orders, shows January. We'll see if that happens or not. There seems to be a shortage of plastics coming out of Japan right now. But both are very crafty, ingenious, and of course we know about the pressure and how difficult fishing can be in Japan. One thing I'll warn, when I was fishing this, and you can fish it on heavy line. I mean, I was casting it on 20-pound test and having no problem casting it 60 yards, the thing, like I said, just flies like a bullet. But because they're weightless, and if you let it get down deep like I was doing and fishing uphill, no snagging issues, but it's probably not the most sensitive way to fish it. Normally uphill, you're always in touch with the bait. There's no lead or nothing on the ground with these. And I can tell you that the fish I've caught, they're choking it. There's no hesitation with them. When they eat it, they eat it. So I'd recommend staying with the hooks they suggest, which is a 3/0 light wire, like a Gamakatsu 3/0 EWG. I'll probably, depending on cover, like I'd throw the 20-pound test if I'm throwing back in tules. But I think for the rest of the time, I'm going to explore maybe 12 and 15. You just don't need the heavy with that lighter wire hook. And also, if you're throwing back in that heavy stuff in the tules, you may want to go to a heavier hook. I don't think it's going to hurt it. It's not at that point, I don't think it'll be a bait that they're going to look at to eat on the fall. I think it's just going to be more of a food crawling on the bottom. It'll be interesting during the spawn to see how these are as a sight fishing bait. I have a funny feeling they could be pretty good. Anyway, this is Sean Wayman with RB Bass. Please like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. We're going to be doing some fishing videos here pretty soon. Fishing reports, reviews, that kind of stuff as I get out a little bit more. Because of the holidays, I didn't go last week. Hung out with my wife and family and did what most of us did. Anyway, it is Monday, December 27th. Look for the heavy poops coming to Tackle Warehouse soon. Many other places too, I'm sure, but that's just one side. I just checked to see if any was in stock so I could mention it. The Deps, like I said, as of this morning, they had some in stock. Some odd colors or sizes. I think I saw some 2.5s. They come in 2.5, 3.5, and 4 or 4.5. And I bought 3.5 in both, in the heavy poop and then the cover scat. I think it's funny, the name heavy poop. I just, a lot of names you can come up with. That's just an interesting one. I did fish with a friend a couple weeks ago, and we found the packaging here very interesting because he had some megabass plastics in the exact same color packaging, and this little insignia here was on both of them. I don't read Japanese, and I haven't tried to get it translated. I just think it's interesting. Perhaps Fish Arrow and Megabass are under the same umbrella. Anyway, get you some heavy poop or some cover scats and leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and we'll do some follow-up videos on this. Again, like and subscribe. Check out rbbassfishing.net for all kinds of reports, tips, tricks. We have over 30 anglers, avid anglers, that are writing articles, doing videos, and various things. So give them a check and a follow, and we'll see you soon.